another episode of the Cheap Jam Podcast. I am your host, Malcolm Hall, and we have another guest, because if we didn't have a guest, we have a damn problem. Another comedian. That's all I know is comedians. Give it up for Miss K. Dott.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know if you go by Miss. What you go by? Is Miss cool or you just go by...
No, Miss is cool. I don't subscribe to the pronouns.
Okay, because you know I'm from the South, because
No, you're very polite. No, Miss is great.
Okay, yeah, I like to be polite. You know, motherfuckers in L.A. rude.
Yeah, they are.
You know, I used to say sir to people like, hey, stop saying that. You calling me old. I'm like, what you want me to call you, motherfucker?
I'm at the age where I appreciate a good Miss and man.
Yes, because I've been called a lot of other things outside of that, so
man.
I would take that.
Me too.
Thank you for coming down, K-Dot. I appreciate you having me.
Thanks for having me.
Man, so, you know, we probably met, less than a year ago?
Yes, sir.
Doing on the comedy circuit, as I meet everybody. Man, I really enjoy your comedy.
Thank you.
But, you know, I enjoy it because you are different than all the other ladies.
I am.
And you go by, what do you go by? What's your stage pressure? What do you go by?
I identify as a lady man.
A lady man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you gentle lady. I'm going to open your door. I'm going to bring you flowers. But I'm going to be crampy and grumpy once a month.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it. Hey, but you know, I like it because you up there and you talk about it and it's so cool. You know,
Thank you.
It's not because some people, they talk, you know, everybody talks about stuff, but it's like, it's just, this is who I am. It's just so normal. Yeah. It's not like, you know, some people, they get up there, they're over hypersexual with this, like some of the dudes.
Right.
And just some people just like, damn, do you do anything else besides that?
Yeah, it's very forced. I want to stay authentic to
it's
who I am.
It's very authentic to who you are.
Thank you.
And you're always well dressed.
Thank you.
I'm like, damn, you motherfucking dressed.
I was the only child, you know.
I am. As am I.
See, yeah, so.
Well, we're going to take a left. What was that like going to go? Because that's, you know, being a...
Only child?
Only child.
I talked to myself a lot. Did you?
I did.
Yeah, you know.
But
my granny said, as long as you don't answer yourself, you're not crazy.
See,
so.
I just talk out loud. My lips move. But I'm having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's the people who don't say shit you should be worried about.
Yeah, it was cool. I had to learn how to have another perspective, because when you're the only child, you only have your perspective. So I had to learn how to start talking to other people and be like, okay, what you think? Because I always thought I was right because I was only conversing with myself. So
you know, my thing was people say I'm selfish. I don't like to share.
No, I mean, you didn't have to. So
I didn't have to, but who the fuck wants to share?
Right.
If I can have one, you can have one. Why would I give you mine?
I used to tell my cousins all the time, you should be mad at your mom. She had all these goddamn kids. She should just
exactly
had one.
Do you think being an only child helped shape your comedy?
It did, because I was very observant, because I didn't have any siblings to play with and things like that. So I was always just paying attention a lot. So I think with my comedy, I'm very observant, and I can have an understanding of everybody's style because I'm paying attention to it. I don't pigeonhole myself into one format, because I'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's you, because I learned how to just let everybody be individual because I was an individual.
You know, it's funny, I've been noticing you talking about styles. I've been watching comedy long enough, and I'm watching comedians age. You change as you age.
Yeah.
You're just doing different shit in life.
Right.
And you got different stuff. It's just going to change.
Right.
So you can't stay talking about the same stuff because you're just not going to be there no more. And people, you know, you can't be 65 talking about dating. Like, what are you doing?
Really dating?
Yeah, you really dating? I mean, you can, but that shouldn't. You got more life to talk about besides that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like I like to do comedy. It's very therapeutic to me. So like, I like to talk about things, and then like, if you're an older comic, you're a little more wiser than me. So like, you're gonna give me something that I need to move forward in my life because you done lived your life. Like, I'm with you. A lot of these older comics, like, we was out last night and a comic made a reference to Kevin Duckworth, and I was like, do you know who Kevin Duckworth was? And she was like, no. And I was like, yeah, he talking about a basketball player. You have to be in that time frame to know who the fuck he was talking about. Right. So I was like, it's a little dated. You gotta kind of be open to stepping out of who you are as you get older as a comic.
Yeah, you got to stay on. You got to stay on top of what's going on.
Yeah,
because you're talking to a big group of people.
Right.
Everybody don't know. Sometimes you introduce them to some people to some new shit, and sometimes you talk about some shit people know.
Right.
But I don't know anything, because like a lot of people say, like, you know, when you're doing comedy, well, I want to talk about the audience. You know, no, they don't know anything about me. It's my job to tell them
about
you. Exactly, because younger me would be like, well, let me kind of cater to what they want to hear. I actually don't know that. I don't know what they want to hear, and no night I will, but I know what the hell I want to talk about.
Right. Like, for me, it's just like, I want to get back to the raw. Like, everybody's so sensitive nowadays and wants to, like, tippy-toe around things because they don't want to offend. But, like, that's just not the life. Like life, you're gonna get offended. Everybody can't curate everything for specifically you because you don't like something. So like that's why I like to watch like the older comics, because back in the day they just talked about anything. Like
I think it's not necessarily being offensive. You gotta explain that shit. And
True.
people don't give you time to explain. Social media is not a place to say certain things. You don't get time to explain.
Right.
You can go on YouTube and talk for 45 minutes and explain your point.
But you only got a minute.
You only got a minute, and you don't have enough time to dive into certain shit. And especially depending on who you are, they're not gonna give you the time of day.
And everybody wants instant gratification. So like
That's a problem.
you know what I'm saying? That is a problem.
People want it right now, and that's not realistic. Comedy, instant gratification. You see somebody on stage with all these people, damn, I want to do that. But when you get started, it's nobody there but everybody who paid $5.
Man, the toughest thing about comedy is getting on the stage. Like, once you get on the stage, I think but you still have to have some talent.
You do gotta have some talent.
You know what I'm
saying?
And somebody should tell you if you're not funny. Like, in your inner circle.
Are you born funny? Do you become funny? Or can you become that?
I think you're born funny. Because I was always naturally funny. But you know, I grew up in a time where your parents was like, no, you either going to the military or get a real job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Comedy wasn't. But like, I always was funny. But I never think about it as a career. Because that's what wasn't poured into me. I wasn't nurtured to be a comedian. I was nurtured to be.
It's funny. I thought everybody was funny. I'm from Florida. Everybody roasts. Everybody has a sense of humor. So I'm like, I'm not special. There's nothing special about what the hell I'm doing.
No, you was around funny motherfuckers. That's what it was.
So I'm like, there's nothing special. But my home was like, no, you need to go to comedy club and do this. Give it a shot.
Right.
I didn't see it. I didn't see myself as funny. I'm just like everybody else. Everybody talks shit. Babies get laughs. So I just didn't see myself as above it because everybody's doing the same thing.
No, see, everybody wasn't funny around me. But I hold my funny because I'm direct. So I learned that if I made it funny, it'd be easier to serve to people than like the way I was giving it before, because I had military parents. So like I'm very...
Me too.
Yeah, so everything, if you talk to me directly, it doesn't offend me because I'm used to a structured situation. But like when I used to talk to my friends and stuff, they used to be like, damn, you could say it a little softer. So I started just making shit funny. But I was being serious and they took it better. So I was like, oh, I could be a comedian because I know how to make everything funny so niggas can eat it better.
What's up, people? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. I got some new merch for you. I got hats, I got mugs, and I got the new Cheap Not Broke shirt with the patch on them. This stuff is official. I got it hot off the press, sewn on just for you. I got black, red, and white. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com and grab your merch. Digest shit, because I would say shit, people just thought I would get irritated, and they would laugh at me, and they weren't taking me serious.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
I'm like, look, I'm being serious. Don't fucking laugh. But people thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, I'm naturally funny, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it that way. But as time goes on, we used to roast all the time. Everybody's funny.
Yeah.
Then you get your ass up on that stage. That's not the same.
It's different.
It's different. Like,
different.
Hold on. Roasting is observational comedy.
Right.
Stand-up comedy, I gotta take anything. I gotta take
The
somebody
situation.
in there and pull it right here.
Right.
I'm like, boom, here's a joke. Here's a joke. Roasting ain't that.
No, not at all. So you get that roasting? You funny though, Malcolm. I'll be dying.
Thank you. As are you.
Thank you.
What's funny about me is the lady man. I love it. I like to hear you explain.
But it's a fact.
It's so cool.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just different. Like, it's just so much propaganda with being gay nowadays, and I just be like, I don't want to subscribe to none of that. I just want you to understand who I am. Like, I don't have no agenda and all this other extra shit.
You said something very profound on stage one night, and you said, hey, all this gay shit, you're still black.
Right.
You think being gay is going to be before being black? Because you think when the whites get together, we're still white. And it's like, that is true.
Yeah.
Because then I ran across a video and people were talking about that. It's racism amidst all groups.
Right.
You just think, because we're in this group, it's everywhere. It doesn't run out.
No, because I didn't have way more black problems than I ever had gay problems. You know what I'm saying? So like,
because you can walk in the room, I don't necessarily know your sexual orientation. I know what color you are, and I've been taught how to treat you.
Right.
So
you still, nigga. No.
Right. That's always been my thing. It's like, but you can't hide the color of your skin. Right. Even my picture. You don't know my sexual orientation. You know what color I am.
Right.
You know my name. You know where I live. Being black always points back to that. You may not never get my sexuality, but you know the color of my skin.
Yeah, I know you black, and I know you having some problems with your black skin.
Right.
So like that's what I want to be the forefront, and then just also like that's why I say not the black gays, the white gays in my joke, because it's a white gay agenda, because like they need a struggle. So like that's why I feel where all this other propaganda, like pronouns and things like that, like I had to figure out who I was on my own. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays people want help. They want you to help them understand who they are. And that's why I'm not a fan of like pronouns and all this and all that. Because if you know who you are, you don't need a pronoun. You just go by your name.
Go by your name?
Right.
My name is everybody gonna have sexuality.
Right.
Everybody got one. Now what?
Right.
Then what? You got a place to stay, you got some money, you got education, you got a job.
Right.
We know you got that. Because I was listening to this video, they were talking about, that pushing in schools. They never mentioned math, science, English, or reading. They were only talking about, transgenderism and kids being gay. What about the math?
Yeah.
Where are you going to work?
Yeah, where you going to work with your genetics? Genetically, you still who you are. Like, they going to put you in the warehouse if you was born a man. Like, you stronger. Like, it don't matter.
Right, and they're not focused on, and I think that's a problem with the schools because they're focusing on that. Where are you going to work? They're talking about jobs are going away. Where the hell are you going to work?
But school is just a pipeline to a job. Like, it just teaches you how to be in a structured situation for hours. Like, okay, you can sit here for 8 hours, you can work here for 8 hours. They ain't really teaching you how to, like, that's up to us. Only math is the only non-biased thing,
School can prevent you from being a comedian.
Yeah.
Where you going to be? Because when you're being funny, you can get punished for it.
Right.
So school is like, I was a class clown. I had a sense of humor.
Right.
Sometimes you need that in class. Sometimes you
to break the monotony of things up, like.
Right. And I'm sure you had a teacher that was funny.
I did. My economics teacher was really funny.
And you remember them.
Yeah.
Because they make school fun. Just like I like some of the pilots, the flight attendants, like some of the gay guys. They're hilarious. Oh, yeah. Man, them dudes be so damn funny.
Yeah, they don't even think about dying.
Right, but they're the only funny ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, we gotta get yes, because he's gonna be funny.
He's gonna definitely be funny.
And he makes everything cool. They're very nice to you. Oh, I don't have no problem with that. So, it's a whole thing. But being a lady in comedy, being
a lady man
in comedy, being LGBT, do you think that is like it's harder on the road getting to the top? Is there some like hurdles in front of you?
For me personally, no. But I think in some cases it is if that's just who you are. Like, I don't really come in as far as like I want to represent the LGBT community. Like my comedy isn't very so much for the gays. It's just I'm gay.
Right.
So it's like I feel like it's not hard for me, but I feel if that's the platform that you're on, it'll be a little difficult because your expectation is to be an advocate of the LGBT community. Right. And some things I just don't advocate within the community, so.
Whether in the community or not, you still got to do. My thing is, I don't give a damn. We all got regular problems.
Right.
Taxes, shit like that.
Gas prices.
And I'm like, but that's why they put all this out there. Because between you, me being straight, you being gay, we can't talk about, hey, we're getting fucked over by City Hall.
Right.
They're taxing us too much. They're not fixing our roads. The police are kicking everybody's ass.
Man.
But we're not going to have that conversation about that because we can't get past this bullshit.
No, they can't. You have to talk about if it's okay for both boys and girls to go to the bathroom together. You know what I'm saying?
People got to go to the bathroom regardless. Bottom line is this. Make 2 more fucking bathrooms. You got the money. If this is what it is, make 4 bathrooms and call it a day. That's it. Fix the problem. It's not a hard problem to
fix. No,
it's
definitely not a hard problem to fix. But like, no, I don't think it's for me it's very simple because I get along with everybody. Like, I get along with guys, I get along with the women comedians. So like, our community, the comic community is very, it's a little cliquey sometimes, but if you get along with everybody, it's pretty generally easy to.
Oh, it's clicking.
Yeah, it's very high schooly.
But it is what it is, because you can't be friends with everybody. It's too many people out there.
Yeah.
I'm cordial with everybody, but you got your folks. Hey, I'm gonna call you before I call somebody else.
Oh, that's
it is what it is. You're gonna get a phone call before a lot of other people.
Man, you gonna get a phone call.
It just is what it is. Like no harm, no foul. But look, you gonna call your cousin probably before you call your classmate.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Right.
And just embrace it. But it's just that I think the cliquey shit is like when you want to keep other people out.
Right.
It's like, look, it's enough work for everybody.
It's enough work. It's enough money for everybody. But like for me, it's like teamwork make the dream work. We need each other because you might be more talented in this area. Like, and I'm more talented in this area. We need to come together. But like I said, it's like you said, this cliquey shit, I'm very nitpicky about who I want to be cool with and who I'm not cool with.
As you should. Comedy, you got a host, you got a feature, you got a headliner. You can't do it by yourself.
No.
Where can the people find your? You have a comedy show.
I do.
Where's your comedy show? Where can? Could you? I'm getting ready to do your comedy show pretty soon.
Yeah, and I'm
tell us
looking
about
forward
before
to
we
it.
get out of here. Tell us a little about the comedy show.
So the comedy show is called Black Jokes. It's at Black House. It's a black-owned restaurant in North Hollywood. Black-owned. And it's for the culture. I want to bring like the raw comedy back for our community because we're very judgy. So like you're gonna get a real unbiased audience who's like, if you're funny, you're funny. If you're not, you're not. Every comedian gets 20 minutes, which is too long sometimes for some of these.
20 minutes is a long time. That's like 4 minutes. That's 4 5-minute sets, 2 10-minute sets.
Man.
For people who don't understand.
And
so if you got one.
And if you only got a solid 5-minute set, that other 15 minutes is going to kill you.
And you can't crowd work your way out of it. It's not going to happen.
And we keep you up there. We like, keep going. Just or jump off like I'm a star. Whatever works for you.
So you have a lot of people who, because I see you got 3 comedians.
Yeah, so it's 3 comedians. I host. It's every Saturday. So it's a weekly thing.
Is it tonight?
It is tonight. Okay. Tonight at 9 p.m. If you are interested in coming, you can pull up. I also have an open mic that I do on Mondays. It's an open mic showcase at the same facility, Black House. And from 8 to 9, you can do open mic. You can be any talent, a magician, singer, rapper, whatever. If you want to come and work out, that's great. From 9 to 10, I do a showcase. If you sign up, you have an opportunity to win $100.
$100.
And we all can use $100 right now.
Everybody can use $100.
You know what I'm saying? It's in dire need. Well, what's $100 in gas right now? Like
$100 in gas.
14 gallons.
If you have a 4-cylinder, $100 in gas will probably get you 1 tank of gas at $60. If you have a 6-cylinder, probably not. If you have a SUV, forget it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Not happening. This has been K Dott.
Yes.
Like you said, you can check out the show. Where's your Instagram?
It's _KAYDOTT on Instagram and K Comedy on TikTok.
K Comedy on TikTok. Check her out.
Please.
The lady, man, she is super hilarious.
Yes.
You enjoy her comedy and check out her comedy show. And check us out next week again on the Cheap Champ Podcast. Be safe. Take care. Goodbye.
They got merch.
We got merch.